Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy walkthrough. Last video there we did the decisive duel against Sorcelet, and now we just need to keep going.
That same day, word spread throughout Hyzant of Sorcelet End's demise, and that of House End along with him.
Alright, let's see here. So Lila reacts to news of Sorcelet's passing.
I understand Sorcelet End is with the goddess now. What a pity.
He has been counted among the dead from the accident.
Keep spinning those lies and soon they shall be tied around your neck. Though in truth, I'm surprised they've not done so already.
Are you not pleased, milady? Shall I inform Minister Idor?
Be my guest. Without me, all research grinds to a halt. My mind is without equal.
But of course, Minister. I was only teasing. Would it kill you to smile for once?
Be more aware of the words from your mouth. Remember, you are not but Idor's pawn.
Forgive me. Where are my manners? Now pray, return to your precious research. See that you complete it, for you know who.
I know full well who it serves. We're all pawns in the end.
Alright, Cyrano's party barely has a moment to collect their breaths before a new challenge is laid before them. Actually, I'm going to head into the encampment here really quickly. I want to see if anything is new. Let's see if there's any new battles or anything. Nope, the last man is still the battle available. Nothing new here for our provisioner. How about Archibald? Right, nothing here either. Alright, I am ready for a class promotion, though. So I'll either go with Eredor. It's probably going to be Eredor next. Maybe Anna. Let's see here. And then I need to think about who I need to upgrade for weapons. Yeah, so it was Hasabara or Azana. It probably makes the most sense to do Azana next. Although I do want to check out what these are. I can't remember. I feel like I must have at least looked at these once and already forgot what they were. Yeah, so let's save here really quickly. And I'll see whose weapon I think is better to upgrade. Alright, so you've got, you know, the common weapon damage increase. HP I don't care about. Increases the effect of Be Brave, so that must just mean you'll heal for more. Grants you and your partner a little HP when you perform a follow-up attack. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, this might be better because Hasabara has a problem with she can't heal herself. She can only heal the people that are standing around her. So that actually would, honestly, that would probably be better. But I still don't really. I mean, I just don't really like her that much. I think she's kind of garbage. All right, well let's reload here. And we'll take a look at Azana's upgrades. Which I'm assuming is just going to be better. It's always funny after you load Ian's, or yeah, Ian's, like when you actually go to speak with him, it takes a while to actually pop up. All right, so let's do this. All right, let's see. Decrease TP cost of Rite of Rain by 1, or TP cost of Rite of Tempest by 1. I don't even think I have Rite of Tempest yet. And then what's this? Physical defense increase. Well, I mean, probably I would go with Rite of Rain just because as of right now, that would make it so that at least you could take an action with her every turn, you know, that isn't an item or just a, you know, a garbage melee attack. You could just spam Rite of Rain over and over. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. Right, what was Rite of Tempest? Hang on a second. Let's see. Where's the zone at? So Rite of Tempest is level 19. So yeah, she's got 3 levels to go. So yeah, as of right now, that's probably the best route to go. She's definitely the better weapon to upgrade right now than Hasabara, certainly. And then you probably want to go with Rite of Rain just to, you know, again, make it so that she can at least take an action every single turn. Oh, and this isn't an ore. For some reason, I was thinking this was ore. But yeah, I mean, it's going to make sense to upgrade both of these, but as of right now, it doesn't, you know, we want to go with Rite of Rain, so let's just do that. Now I need to think about promotion, so let's take a look here. I'm probably not going to use Roland's. Yeah, so he'll get pushed back. Then Flash of Steel, sorry. Deal physical damage to any enemies in a straight line of 5 squares. That's really huge. So that's basically an upgraded version of Rush, it looks like. Yeah, it does more damage too. 1 to 5. This is only 1 to 3. The height is pretty big too. So yeah, this is a pretty huge upgrade. Yeah, he can really cover some ground then too. Physical damage to an enemy and knock them back 3 squares. 85. Yeah, double thrust is still the most potent. Alright, so let's take a look at our other characters here. So, Frederica could do Fire Eater. Grant an ally the ability to absorb fire for 3 turns. Do fire type magic damage to enemies across 5 horizontal squares and set the ground ablaze. Type 5 horizontal squares. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I mean, that sounds really good, to be honest. 121 power is kind of nuts too. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty strong. Definitely stronger than Scorch. Not as strong as Blazing Chains. So Blazing Chains is a single target. Yeah, I don't know. That seems like a pretty good promotion as well. But Gila's only gonna get heal what ails you, so that's gonna heal, you know, status ailments. Still not sure what Mend Wounds is yet. I think I'm gonna hold off on her. Remain and Recover for Anna. She's also has Slumber Stab now, or will have Slumber Stab if I upgrade her. And so that would be another person that would be able to, you know, do some crowd control. The power on that's really weak, though. Remain and Recover doesn't seem that great. I think I'm just going to go with Eridor here. You know, being able to do the physical counter, it just seems too good to pass up. Yeah, let's just do this. Alrighty.
Practice makes perfect.
That's right, it does. And then he'll get on the attack next. I wonder what Desperate Defense is. So that'll be his next promotion. It sounds very much like a you know, defense increase when you get low on HP. Shielding Stance sounds amazing. Main poor Huette. Huette's, oh no, she is promoted. Right? Yeah, she's promoted. I was gonna say, oh, poor Huette hasn't, you know, does all that work and then doesn't get promoted. But that's not true. She has been. Okay. Yeah, that looks good for now. Let's, take a look again at... So I can upgrade Anna's HP, which I don't really care that much about. Yeah, I got... I don't know. Yeah, let's not worry about the weapon upgrades for right now. All right, let's get back to it. So, Hierophant's Palace or Hierophant's Palace. Serenoa's party barely has a moment to collect their breaths before a new challenge is laid before them.
So, Lord Serenoa, what shall you do now?
Well,
I shall speak plainly. The Holy One wishes to aid House Wolford.
thank you, Your Holiness.
Your house is known throughout all Norzelia, and rightly so, given the vital land you control.
It would be quite the blow if Esfrost's aggression spelled the end of your domain.
The Hierophant tells me a seat amongst the Saintly Seven shall be yours, should you desire it.
And I would not hesitate to accept it if it meant securing peace for my people.
Then perhaps we can find common ground. The Hierophant, however, has a concern.
I would hear it.
The Roselle living in your domain. They are descendants of the sinners who dwell at the source. That is their proper place. There they offer themselves to the goddess in the hopes they may one day atone for their sins. The Hierophant longs to see them return to their rightful home.
You would have me surrender them to you.
It is not my place to make demands. I am merely to deliver unto you the word of the Hierophant. And so I have done.
Serenoa, will you surrender the Roselle to Hyzant?
I don't know.
As you are doubtless aware, Lady Frederica, the vow of Lord Simon himself binds us to protect them. Alas, our house is not what it once was.
Is that a reason to cast aside its honor? My father, as well, likely had a hand in orchestrating their protection.
Ah, my friends, I apologize that we once again meet under dire circumstances. You face a difficult choice, one I do not envy. Have you decided?
Not yet. We will, you can be sure.
They've got us by the small ones, and they know it. They made this request full aware of our history.
Lest you misunderstand, allow me to illuminate your position. You are not the noble hawks you think yourselves to be. You are vultures, feeding off the scraps of Sorceley's corpse.
You've got some nerve.
I speak from experience when I say that the title of Saint is not to be worn lightly. Are you prepared?
Prepared? For what?
Doubtless you are aching to break free of your fetters, to take wing and soar. To do that, blood must be spilled. The blood of enemy, friend, and self alike. Your freedom lies at the end of a trail of dead. If you are not prepared to make that journey, to endure that sacrifice, then cast aside your pretensions and grovel.
Grovel or bleed? Poor options, both.
In his time, Lord Simon protected the Roselle who fled Hyzant, and the village they established within the Wolffort domain. "30 years have passed since then. The Hierophant uses the illegal salt trade incident as leverage to demand those Roselle be sent to the source, where Hyzantian faith dictates they must reside. To secure the Hierophant's goodwill and the subsequent protection of House Wolffort, Serenoa has no other choice but to acquiesce. Thus, with House End ruined and a vacant position among the Saintly Seven to be filled, rumors of House Wolffort's ascendancy start sounding more credible than ever to the people of Hyzant.
Lord Serenoa, I believe it may be in our best interests to turn over the Roselle after all.
But they fought so hard to escape Hyzant. They would never agree to return.
It would be a show of good faith to the Saintly Seven and secure House Wolffort's safety. If the situation calls for force, well, we must be prepared, to borrow Minister Exham's words.
I see. Give me time to think over the matter. Where is Frederica?
Oh, she left for the source with Prince Roland. She said she wanted to see where the Roselle live for herself.
Ah, indeed. Hyzantian law requires all Roselle to make their home at the source.
She is most troubled over this, Lord Serenoa. Please, if you could...
I understand. I will make for the source at once.
Alright, Frederica makes her way to the source to see her fellow Roselle, but...
Please, I'd only like to glimpse the goddess's sacred grounds for myself. It won't take but a moment.
That may be, but outsiders are not permitted into the source for such frivolities. And you are Rosellan. You ought to understand the teachings better than anyone.
Frederica.
Serenoa, forgive my impulsive behavior.
There's nothing to forgive. I too wish to learn more of the Roselle in Hyzant. Not knowing would make my decision easier, but still I feel I must.
Serenoa? From House Wolffort?
The very same. Lord Serenoa Wolffort. The one who will assume control of the salt trade in short order, as House End once did. To that end, we are here today for a preliminary inspection of the grounds.
So the rumors were true?
Well, are you refusing the newest addition to the Saintly Seven entry into the source?
Of course not. Please, right this way.
All right, you Rosellan wretches, time for worship. Minister Edor of the Saintly Seven himself will be giving the sermon today. You should be thankful. Heed his word, and your sins shall be cleansed.
Roselle, do you know why you are imprisoned at the Source, condemned to toil? It is because your ancestors committed the most heinous of sins. Long, long ago, they schemed to seize control of the salt that the goddess bequeathed to the people of Norzelia. They seized the source for themselves, wresting every last grain of salt from other peoples, desperate for the resource. Using the salt they hoarded as a shield, they terrorized the land, destroying any who stood against them in their thirst for domination. Fanned by their greed, the flames of war long ravaged our land. Countless innocents lost their lives. What a terrible, arrogant people! Their cursed souls dwell within you, their progeny, to this very day. Indeed, the proof is in the very color of your hair. The same red as the blood that flowed from their countless victims.
Our people sinned against the goddess. We are a detestable blight upon Norzelia.
Oh, goddess of salt, please, forgive us our sins. Forgive us.
Do not despair, for the goddess of salt is ever merciful and kind. She grants even the worst of sinners, even you, a chance to atone. That atonement will only come through hard work here at the Source. By quenching this earth with your sweat, by giving your lives to this labor, your cursed souls will be cleansed and welcomed back to the goddess's side. Only then, when your sins have been washed away, can you hope to be reborn into a pure body and once again walk upon Norzelia. People of the Roselle, surrender your lives to the Source and give your thanks to the great goddess.
O goddess of salt, for you I give myself, stained with sin as I am, to the Source. Thank you for granting us the chance to atone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That is enough. Now take that gratitude and turn it toward your work.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
This is atonement? And the Roselle accept it as a fitting punishment? Even if that story Edor told is true, no sin warrants this kind of cruel retribution. Hyzant maintains control over Salt now. Are they then not guilty of the same crime?
You are right. But this is as the goddess of salt commands, is it not?
Alright, time to see for myself what goes on at the Source. I really, I'm kind of liking this this story here. So, I'm curious though if the Hyzantian people here are just using religion to justify slavery, or if they genuinely believe it. I'm not really sure, but it also probably doesn't really matter. But yeah, I mean that's obviously what they're doing. There's no way around that. This is slavery. And then combined with, again, you know, it's very similar to you know, blood libel, where, you know, these people are paying for the crimes of their ancestors, essentially, right? So, yeah, I suppose my initial thoughts on the Rosellan were that they reminded me of, you know, Jewish people, but now it's also like black people too. So it's like the combination of the two. All right, so let's. Oh, there is something here. Let's start taking a look at this. Obtain stone times 3. Let's see here. Here's a movement bangle. I'm gonna check this because if that is what I think it is, that would be amazing. Where's the old timer? Here he is. Movement bangle. Yep. Increases movement by 1. I'm gonna put that on Archibald because that guy is just impossible to get around anywhere. Alright, next up here is the grounding amulet. That will prevent, I think that was knockbacks. We already did get one of those from the choices. Can't remember that was pretty recent that we got one of those. Here's 1,000 coins. Next up here. Oh, what's this? Register of the Roselle to notes. Okay. So notes, and then there must be something up here, huh? HP recovery times 2. Let's see, next is in this corner here. Here's the Cure All pellet. Alright, next up is going to be, yes, right up top here. Jesus. There we go. Quality stone. Jesus, there's all kinds of stuff here. I think I must already grabbed the coins. Nope, right there. 1,700 coins. That is it. Let's see here. Okay. Now, to start talking to people. Let's start towards the entrance here. I don't remember if I talked to her or not yet, but... Oh, yeah, she doesn't have anything to say. She's busy working. Her too. This Casco weighs nothing when compared to the weight of our sins. Yeah, wow, so they've got him, would that be considered gaslit? Yeah. I understand they've yet to replace Minister Sorsley as overseer. And so we lumber on, a beast without a head, no one to issue orders should a crisis arise. It's hardly surprising he was one of the Saintly Seven. They'll not replace him so hastily. Rumors swirl that they might call upon the Wolfort boy. I don't care if they pick my own mother as long as the position is filled. So they would install me as overseer of the source if I can find my way into the Saintly Seven. Alright, so we learned about, what was it, Saintly Seven seat vacant? It's hardly surprising Minister Sorsley was one of the... Okay, yeah. I already talked to them. Alright, that person doesn't have anything to say. I hope they give us water today. The treatment of the Roselle here is utterly inhumane. Oh, I can do it. I can carry the salt. How can the Holy State allow a man in this condition to continue working? I don't know about the Roselle. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, it looks like... So, what was the deal here? If we send the Rosellan from Glenbrook back here, they'll make... Serenoa one of the Saintly Seven. I mean, what a horrid deal. Which, of course, we're going to end up choosing. Because it's a requirement for one of the characters that we don't have yet. So, be prepared. This is the only work I've ever known. It's all I'm fit for now. Many years ago, some of us tried to flee this place. None would dare dream of doing that now. Yeah, man, this is... I'm already feeling absolutely horrid about... Because I know that, again, one of the characters that we can recruit, the requirement is to basically send the Rosellan back here. So it's just going to be horrible. Anyways, we need only follow the goddess's teachings in order to be absolved. Yeah, well, how long do you think that takes, though? Like, when does the absolution happen? Like, is there a time frame, or how many people drop dead here after having not been absolved? Faster, faster, though, there shall be no rest for the wicked. Lord Serenoa of House Wolford, I presume. I'm sorry you had to lay eyes on the tainted ones, but this is where the Roselle pay their penance. Yeah, these guys are just horrible. Alright, I think that's it. So here's the Hyzantian soldier. The tainted Roselle are fated to live out their days working in the source, in the hope that they may one day atone for their sins. They are nothing like the rest of us. By the very nature of their birth, they are impure and lack integrity. Yeah, Jesus. These guys are effing horrid, and the fact that they're doing all of this under the guise of their religion is pretty terrible. But you know, I've seen that before. All right, so this guy. All right, so top option is morality, middle option is liberty, and the bottom option is utility. I'm gonna go at the liberty choice here. You wouldn't even need to ask if you were one of us, but as you're not, I'll spell it out for you. Oh, hang on a sec. Sirens. Alright, Minister Edor himself ordered me to watch over the source. That alone makes me a man of integrity. Really? Okay. I have the armor to prove it, and as you can plainly see, and I'll be damned if I let tainted Rosellan blood mar its pristine surface. Yet for all that polished armor, I'd wager the Roselle's cracked, salt-crusted hands are cleaner than yours. Wow. Yeah, fair. Alright, let's talk to Frederica next. They force young and old alike to toil in deplorable conditions and have the audacity to call it atonement. They don't even tend to those who collapse from exhaustion. They treat my people worse than criminals. It breaks my heart to behold such cruelty. I can scarcely imagine what it must be like to suffer through this. Alright, so top option is liberty, middle, utility, and the bottom option is morality. Once again, I'm going to go with the liberty option here. They are born with the sins of their ancestors upon their shoulders, then spend their lives laboring at the source, being treated like filth until they die. It is an accursed fate, but perhaps the ones who see nothing wrong with such cruelty are the ones who are truly cursed. We are outsiders, Frederica. We must be exceedingly careful in how we speak of the affairs of other nations, but I agree, this is not right. Yeah, what a pretty rough spot to be in when you have to downplay the terrible treatment here of these people. I think that's it. Let me just see here. Yeah, so the information, so we got all the items. The information is the Roselle in the holy state of Hyzant from the Roselle in front of the goddess statue, which we already got that. And then the saintly seat left vacant from the soldiers in the bottom right. Those are the two that were talking to each other. So we're already done with that. And then I did the 2 conviction choices as well. So I think we're ready to go here. Let's, man, yeah, it was this person here. Yeah, and then these 2 guys are the 2 pieces of information. Alright, let's conclude the exploration. We should return to the encampment.
This is more awful than I imagined.
Will you still send any Roselle in the Wolfort domain here? Force them into a life like this?
It isn't right. It isn't just. I don't care that it would ensure our own safety.
Indeed. It would be unforgivable. What is just is constantly in flux depending on the circumstances. That said, protecting people is always the right thing to do. Wouldn't you agree?
I feel the same as you both.
My apologies. I didn't mean to place all the blame on you. Still, we continue stumbling on the path before us.
Serenoa and his retinue return to their domain, their every step weighed down by the heavy task Hyzant has placed upon them. Elsewhere, the newly restored kingdom of Glenbrook begins to take action under Queen Cordelia's leadership. The kingdom issues a joint proclamation with Esfrost against Hyzant, halting all trade and severing diplomatic ties with the Holy State.
Okay, that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to hold off on the voting until the next video. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.